Welcome to the Hard Cap. I'm Elliot Trotter for Sky Magazine here at the 2011 Club Championships in Sarasota, Florida, brought to you by USA Ultimate. And I'm with Maya Ziv, our mixed correspondent here, and she's going to talk about what's been going on day 2 of gameplay Friday out here in Sarasota, the Sarasota Polo Fields. Maya, what has been going on? What are the games that have been really exciting? Have there been more upsets? Who's been moving forward?
We had some really exciting games in the power pools today. Wolverines had just a doozy of a day. They had a really close game against Chad Larson Experience. It was back and forth the whole round. Wolverines ended up winning 17-16 there. They also had a really tight game against Slow until they just pulled away from Slow White, and that game ended up 15-12. And that was really interesting for Blackbird, who had beaten Wolverines the day before in the original pools and then had lost to Slow White that morning. I believe that score was 15-10. And so in order for Blackbird to stay out of pre-quarters, they needed Wolverines to lose there, but Wolverines won. And so Blackbird ended up in pre-quarters. And they had a really, really tight game against Seven Figures. That was just so much fun to watch. Lots of athletic plays everywhere. Points were pretty quick. There weren't too many calls. We had a few injuries, but nothing too significant. And Blackbird just pulled ahead, I believe, at 10-9, maintained that lead, even though Seven Figures led them 8-7 into half. And they just widened the lead to 2 points and then 3 points to win it 15-12. So that was a really, really exciting pre-quarters game.
So Seven Figures has had a pretty strong performance so far this tournament, and things have just not been going their way, and now they're sort of out of the running, huh?
Mm-hmm. They had a first game win against the Ghosts. That was the first round of the first day on Thursday, and that actually made them look pretty solid, but I think towards the end it just came down to what it was. That reflected less on Seven Figures and more on the Ghosts just not being too ready. In fact, the Ghosts had a great day themselves. They beat both the teams they played in the Power Pools 15-8. That was District 5 and AMP. And then AMP actually ended up in pre-quarters because of that playing Bucket. Now that was another interesting matchup because AMP was kind of our upset game. They beat Dragon Thrust yesterday to get into those power pools, but then ended up playing Bucket, who was everyone's pick to be the upset. Everyone thought they were underseeded at 12, and so the 11-12 game, that's AMP and Bucket, in the pre-quarters was pretty exciting. AMP actually just pulled away early. Bucket couldn't keep up. It was too many individual unforced errors, and unfortunately for Bucket, they couldn't recover. So the final score there, I believe, was 15-12.
What are some of the other teams that had close games today? And it seems like this has been the trend of the mixed division. Yes, there are some stronger teams, but there are a lot of teams nipping at their heels. There's a lot of parity in the mixed division. What other games were close?
So there's another interesting matchup for Polar Bears. They actually played D5 the first round today, and that was a rematch of last year's finals. They ended up winning 15-11. It wasn't too close the whole game, and so Polar Bears really just had it there. That was a great win for them. Really good for their momentum and confidence, and they actually went to their next game and beat AMP 15-7.
All right, Maya Ziv covering the mixed division. This is Hard Cap out here in the 2011 Club Championships in Sarasota, Florida, brought to you by USA Ultimate. I'm Elliot Trotter for Sky Magazine.